Hey, what's up to Untitled Common Sense? My name is Derek. I'll be your monologuer host. Today's episode, I kind of want to talk about the lying. It just seems like, they call this the information age, and I just think this is the age of lies. Like, everything is just such a fucking lie. And they lie about everything, and you might say, who is they? And you take your pick. Trump administration, social media, people we know. It boggles my mind the lies that they keep telling. And you have to wonder why you have to lie so much. If what you're doing, because they tell us that what they're doing is a mandate, it's they're on the right course, they're going to make everything great. Why do you have to lie about it? Like, anytime you have to lie, that shows that you either know or not certain that it's good for who you're telling this information from. And yet we just keep getting more and more instances of just lies and lies and lies. And it's like, it gets so frustrating. Like, it's frustrating on the one hand is that they're lying to you. So they just assume that you knowing the truth is not worth it. They don't have any respect for your intelligence because a lot of these lies are shitty. But then secondarily is that there are people who are okay with the lying now. Like, we've normalized lying to such a degree that as long as it's your boy, you're good with them lying. And it blows my mind. Like, oh my God. I sometimes wonder, how can we proceed forward when everything we are basing our culture on is full of lies? Everything is on a foundation of lies, and we're willingly accepting those lies, and it just makes no sense. Like, since I feel like it started with social media, and it wasn't overt lies so much as it's the aspirational lies of, like, hey, I'm up in this whip, I'm a successful person, or if you're a woman, look at me, I'm cute, I'm thin, with creative camera angles and things like that. And like, this being able to manipulate the narrative in these benign ways of just that's where it started. You go to Facebook, oh, this dude's doing his damn thing. Meet him in real life, dude can't even pay his rent. But like, since then, it's just exploded. And then it started seeping into, like, you get your Twitters and Instagrams and all these places where you didn't have a voice, you now have a voice. You can amplify these lies. And I'm getting a little ranty, and I'm trying to keep it together, but I just every day it's just one new lie. Like, okay, let's start now and work our way backwards. The big beautiful bill was passed overnight. Again, why have a bill happen overnight at 1 a.m.? Like, I know for damn sure those senators and House Congress members don't want to be there in the middle of the crack ass of dead of night, early morning, like, passing this bill. But you know the reason why. So the American people can't see it get passed. Why shouldn't the American people know the particulars of how this getting passed? Because there are going to be congressmen telling you why this bill is a piece of shit, about how it just raises taxes for everybody else who's not super rich. How can we be cool with that? They're telling us, like, oh no, this is great for everyone. Well, if it's great for everyone, how come I don't benefit from the great aspects? I don't make over $1 million. I'm not going to get a tax break. So why is this good for me? Oh, no tax on tips, and no tax on this else. And then you look at the language, and it's like, yeah, you kind of do get tax on tips in a roundabout way. Or there's language in there that allows Donald Trump to once again skirt any accountability and just do whatever the fuck he wants legislatively, and it's like, executively, and it's like, why do you have to hide that? If this is so great for America, why can't you just say this is what we're proposing? Why do you have to, like, hide it in between language that nobody can get through dense legalese, unless you know that this is not good or is not going to be received well. But moving further back, Trump talking about he's got 5 trillion in deals. Okay, what are those deals? If you, Trump is not a humble person, so if he's making all these deals, why doesn't he tell us the details? He's told us the details about all the other shit he plans to do. He's told us the details about all the insane plans he has. Why is this so secretive? If these deals are locked in stone and they're about to like revolutionize all the money we're getting, why can't you tell us this? And the reason is it's a lie. You might have a few like, vocal promises, and some people are like, yeah, I got you, bro. Or some of them might already be initiatives, which I looked into that already happened under Biden. So why do you have to lie? Like, it just boggles my mind. And you're lying to not just your opposition, but everybody who trusts you. And people are eating it up. It's just like, dude, you can't. It amazes me the amount of grace we give people who are put on a pedestal. It just blows my mind. I have, as I've increasingly gotten older, have begun to disdain celebrity culture, have begun to disdain hero worship. I outright think it's the most despicable thing we have ever done as a society, because we lift these people up who have clear and obvious faults. We exalt them, and then they can just do whatever the fuck they want. They do it in sports. They're doing it in politics. They do it in arts and entertainment. So many people do such foul shit. And because they do this that we like, we just give them a pass. Whereas in any other area of our life, if somebody were to come and be that despicable and lie to our face, we would be done. You know how many, dude, I've lost friendships to people accusing me of lying to them. I've been called out when people think I've lied to them or I have lied to them. And to see the anger and the fury of them having placed their trust in me and me broken it's just like crazy. And I'm not seeing it nowhere. Trump can do no wrong. His administration can do no wrong. Fucking Stephen Miller had that bogus ass spin about the Supreme Court saying unanimously 9-0 that he needs to facilitate bringing back the gentleman from El Salvador. And Stephen Miller just spun to oh yeah, we won that. He's saying that they're agreeing with us that unanimously that if there was a problem, he just spent the whole thing talking about, oh no, he agrees with us that we do have the right to exact what we're doing. And that was not the case. If you read that shit, you'd be like, he didn't say that. And then you got these congressional hearings that are going on now. These senators are asking direct questions. Do you think this? Yes or no? And then they just go off and don't answer the question. And they think because I didn't say anything, I didn't lie. But it's like, dude, why can't you fucking ask them the question? If you are in the right, why can't you say with 10 toes down, yo, this is what happened. This is how it did. And what? I'm in the right. I got the law on my side. But they don't, because they know it's not on their side and they have to lie. Everybody is just fucking lying. And I don't know why people aren't sick of it. I don't understand how you look at this administration and be like, yo, they got my back. They lie every day. Every day. And the only people I've seen that are actually winning is fucking rich people. The only people who came out on top of the stock market fall when Trump did the tariff shit was his boys from JP Morgan and stuff, when he was in that clip talking about how much money did you make and how much money you make when I called over the tariffs. Trump is going to Qatar, where he got his $5 trillion deals, and every place he's been, his family and their enterprises have just made deals and gotten richer. Trump is getting this new Air Force One, this new plane that he's claiming we need. We don't need. Air Force One works. You just don't like it because it's not full of gold. And then he's like, it's not going to me, it's going to the DOJ, blah, blah, blah. Dude, the Department of Justice doesn't want that fucking plane. Even the Saudis were like, or I don't know if they're the Saudis, but even the people in Qatar were like, dude, it's super big. is a gas guzzler. It's just impractical. And now we're going to bring that over to us and we got to take care of that and then retrofit it. And it's going to take like 2 years and this is saving money. I don't get it. Republican lawmakers consistently keep saying if we just deregulate, if we just get more money into the pockets of rich individuals, everybody's gonna flourish, and that's never happened. It didn't happen under Reagan for trickle down economics. It's never happened. We even are talking about how during COVID they used the inflationary parameters that COVID created to keep their prices high. And you think now, oh, they're gonna get less taxes taken out, that they're going to somehow just be beneficent and give this money to the common people? No, this whole administration is about enriching your own pockets. These Republicans claim they care about serving the people, and all they do is the most inane shit that fucks up the American people. If you're not rich and you can't buy your way out of these solutions, what are you to do? They keep talking about waste, fraud, and abuse. We ask them, where's the waste, fraud, and abuse? Oh, there's waste, fraud, and abuse. All they go back to is USAID, Mozambique, 50,000 condoms to Gaza. When we ask them, okay, give us the waste, fraud, and abuse of all these other places that you ripped up. It's there. And they give us some bullshit Excel spreadsheet that doesn't make any sense. The numbers don't add up. They say that they're against the wars, yet they're backing Israel. What? Like, it's just lie after lie. And you see, and they're not even good lies. So it's the worst type of lie because it assumes like you're just stupid. You can't do shit. So fuck you. And it makes me so fucking incensed. I swear to God. And I don't know how to escape this. I hate the fact that my life is being dictated by motherfuckers who do not care, who do not give a shit, who just care about themselves. And then I'm the unpatriotic one because I don't go along with this mess. You got these motherfuckers talking about like, oh, we need to make sure people have families. For what? You don't care about the people when they're here. Why do you want to have more children? Why? So they can work for you? You don't care about making their schools better, making their environment safe and clean, giving them free water and food? You don't care about that. So why is it important that people have kids? What's the point of civilization if everybody's just out for themselves? You know, it's just like, and they keep lying and they just lie and just lie and they just spin the truth and just lie. And Elon Musk, he talks, he's so mad that people don't like him. And he's like, oh, I can't be a Nazi sympathizer. Yet you're like promoting the AFL. You're saying all this anti-Semitic, Nazi adjacent shit. Like if it walks like a duck, it Sieg Heils like a duck, it's a fucking Nazi duck. Like, at some point, you just have to be like, people are not stupid. They see what's in front of them. Yes, people do not like you because you do shitty things. You have disrupted thousands, maybe millions of people's lives for no good reason. You didn't even find nowhere near $2 trillion worth of savings. And you're like, I don't understand why they're mad at me. I've only tried to do good things. No, you haven't. Instead of taking a measured approach and thinking, how best can I utilize my skill and my resources? You just do some Elon Musk shit where you just like cut it all up. That's what I do with my companies. And they're great and they're not great. Tesla's in flames because not only are you a shitty person and toxic for the brand, you're also you make shitty cars. You have not come through on any of the problems with autonomous driving. I work in the automotive industry. People will come up to me on the auto show floor talking about, have you heard of autonomous driving? How close are they? And I was like, look, man, we're a long way away from autonomous driving. Well, Tesla's got this. I'm like, hey, yo, you take your chances with a Tesla. I'm not rolling in that shit. It's not there yet. And he keeps saying it's going to be in 2015, 2017, blah, blah, blah. We're going to Mars. The motherfucker can't even get his rockets back. Making all these grandiose promises. And then is mad when motherfuckers don't like him now because he came to our government, a South African immigrant came to our government telling us what we need to do. Ripping up programs and initiatives that were started for a very good reason, for the American people. Like, I hate how they're demonizing any type of help you give to your citizens is some communistic, socialistic bullshit. Like, what has capitalism done that's so fucking great? What? We keep believing this lie that capitalism is the best system. Why? Because we can get cheap gifts from China? Because we can all have a lot of dumb shit we don't need? Because we are the most advanced nation that has some of the worst like social like programs out of all these other advanced nations? We're so enlightened that we figured out the best way to provide for our citizens is to charge them for healthcare. That'll keep them working when they have to pay for it and go bankrupt. And we keep buying into these lies. Like, oh, if businessmen are unregulated and able to do their thing, everybody's going to win. No. Capitalism, in theory, might say that. But when you put in the actual practice, capitalism is nothing about, it's all about getting the monopoly, being the biggest King Kong on the block. It's not about competition. It's about getting bigger, shutting everybody down, and holding on to that shit. It's about exploitation. It's about infinite consumerism, which is not sustainable. It's about ignoring all these different safety regulations and environmental regulations because it costs too much money. That's the truth about capitalism. And nobody wants to say a word. We just gotta get more money. We're gonna be rich. What the fuck is being rich when you don't have a clean place to enjoy your riches? What the fuck does it mean to be rich if everybody around you's poor? And people believe this. People think Donald Trump is doing the Lord's work. They think this man is really out for them. And all he's done, every one of his ventures has just made himself richer. It'd be different if I could say, yo, my bank account has gotten fat under Donald Trump. It has not. I worry about the health care of my two young sons. I worry about the education of my teenage daughter. I worry about whether my daughter might get grabbed by ICE because she's of mixed heritage and they just might be like, oh, she looks Latino, so we need to take her. That's the shit I'm worried about. I didn't have these fears till now. I don't feel safer. I don't feel secure. I don't feel like I'm winning in America when DEI is being mocked. So now if I ever get a job, people are going to look at me like, oh, he must be a DEI hire. That motherfucker can't be good. He's just a number. We need to get rid of him. You know, now I'm walking around with people who are paranoid that white people are trying to be replaced, which is a lie. These South African people are talking about they're facing genocide, and then every news outlet in the world is like, that's not true. South Africa is just a violent place. It's been that way for a goddamn long time. I remember years back, people were like, yo, South Africa could be dangerous. Wasn't nobody talking about a genocide then. They're only talking about it now because a law was passed to make things more equitable, but nothing has been like, no movement's been made on that. And yet they're like, these people, their farms are being taken away and they're being killed. And then while we're talking about these South Afrikaner farmers, our farmers have gotten contracts pulled away and they're on bankruptcy and nobody gives a shit. They take away FEMA and we got all these natural disasters and nobody gives a shit. And that's supposed to be better for the country? Like, I hate this fucking double standard where all of us have to show up for this country and be good little soldiers. And then all the motherfuckers at the top don't have to do any of that shit. They don't have to play by the rules. They don't have to worry about the same concerns we do. They get to make all the decisions that just enrich them. And then they have the nerve to look at us and be like, you're not doing enough. It's fucking bullshit, dude. This lying is just gotten out of hand, dude. And look, it's going to come back. People do not like being lied to. And I know some of these people think Trump is doing the thing. The moment that spell breaks, there will be hell to pay. There will be hell to pay. People do not like being lied to. They do not like being lied to. And I don't understand why these politicians keep pushing the envelope, pushing and pushing and pushing and lying and lying and lying. And it's just, you only can take so much. You only can take so much. And I don't know, man. I struggle. I'm not going to lie. every other day I'm like up and down. Like, I'm not a manic person. I don't suffer from depression. I don't have any of those things. I'm usually a chill guy, but like, I swear to God, man, if this is what 4 years of Trump looks like, of just pure bullshit, day in and day out, lies upon lies, while this man fucks up, doesn't get it right, and fucks up again. I've never seen a dude get so many fucking chances to just be a shitty version of himself over and over again. Fucks up the economy, no, let's let him cook. Fucks up the economy some more, oh no, let us cook. Goes to Qatar, gets a new jet, oh, let's let him cook, man. You know, if he's above the law, like, that's why people don't like kings. Because they do shit that doesn't fit anybody else, and they get tired. You can only see somebody up on a stage eating cake and fancy food, and you looking there and you ain't got nothing for you, like, you know what the fuck am I doing here? And at every turn, this administration has taken the opportunity to do the most shittiest thing possible for the American people. Every turn. Of all the solutions they have, they always pick the F- solution, the worst one of the bunch. Consistently. They don't know how to govern. They're fucking liars. They don't care. And I swear, man, dude, I just it's so hard for me to think that there's a way out of this. It really is. I try to be optimistic, but I'm not. It's gotten to the point where I can't even lie to myself. You know? Before I could be like, oh, I'll be okay. I can't. I'm just seeing too much evidence of this entire country just crashing out for dumb shit. Just lying to itself and lying to the American people for dumb shit. For shit that does not enrich our lives. Our lives are no better. We have all of this advancement and we have more problems now than we ever did. Why are we so advanced and we have all these fucking problems? We should not have a environment that's in decline. We should not have just such rampant hate and loneliness and isolation in our society. We shouldn't. We should be better than this. All these hours and millions of years of study on shit, and we know nothing to help ourselves out of this situation. We constantly prop up these people who offer nothing. When you look at their actual resume, they're pieces of shit. They don't do what they say. They lie, and we're like, that's good for me. Like, and you know what? It says something about us if we are willing to believe the lie. If we are so willing to believe all these lies, that just proves that the reality is really as shitty as we think it is. Because if we were on track, we wouldn't believe these lies. You're like, that's stupid. That's not my lived reality. You know? I think, ask anybody talking about immigration. Were the immigrants really coming after you like that? Were you really feeling unsafe in the streets? Did you look up and just see nothing but like Mexican people and like, oh my God, when this happened? No, you didn't. Just some pundits lying on Fox News because they lie. All they do is lie, spread misinformation. They're not even a real news company. They're entertainment. And they get away with that shit. There's no immigrants taking your jobs. There's no immigrants like making you scared. Are there isolated instances? Sure. There always going to be outliers. But for the most part, they're not fucking just coming through the border. We never had an open border. Try telling that to anybody who's gone between Mexico and the United States. They fucking stop your ass. They check your papers, and then determining on that, they let you go. That's not an open border. Like, get this shit out of here, dude. Just get this shit out of here. I swear, dude, the lies. It's going to be the lies, dude. It's just going to be the lies. That's what's fucking killing me, man. Because then I'm sitting here looking back and I'm like, are they serious? You're just going to lie like that to my face. Like, if there's one thing I just can't abide by, it's people taking me for a fool when I'm not. I hate that shit. Like, you can make fun of me. You can maybe insult my ability if I'm funny, or insult my ability to speak or whatever. But like, don't fucking insult my intelligence. I fucking hate that. I hate being condescended to. I didn't even used to care about being lied to, because I figure, hey, I know the truth. If you feel you gotta lie, you gotta lie. Now I'm every day I'm having less and less tolerance for that shit. Less and less tolerance for that shit. And to me, it's just an indictment of just like, just how shitty this world is. If everything's a lie, then that means the truth must be that horrible. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if I got 4 more years of this shit.